Today we are looking at doing a little bit of stud walling. So we've got this opening behind me. You see on the floor that little bit of timber? It's a little bit too short for what I want really, but that pretty much marks out where the opening wants to be. It's gonna be a standard door height, so I need to stud basically a framework above the door opening. But something that I want to have is, as you're walking through the front door, I want you to be able to see the kitchen window. So I want there to always basically be a view outside. Coming in here, that kitchen window wants to be visible before you step over the threshold, right? So here I can see outside, door opens, and then from about here, I want to be able to see that kitchen window, which means we want to come down to around about there on that split in between the floorboards. Around about there. That is now a finished wall. Like it's actually, that's it done. It's just waiting for electrics, so it's socket in this corner. I'm assuming maybe a light switch here for this room and the kitchen. And then another one on the other side of it for the hallway. And then this room hasn't changed much, but I just finished the bit above the door. So that's now actually got the top of the door and kind of get a sense of the space now. Like it's still ugly and filthy, but kind of getting there. I feel like it's all going to get like much better really quickly as well. It's going to be so full of glass and pretty and colours. Fucking love it. Another day at the house, having a great time actually. Very dusty, and we're in the office, top floor, and as you can see the floor is starting to come out. But it's a little bit spooky because the floor below is also out. So we're kind of dealing with temporary floors and all sorts of things. And as I kind of walk around on these joists, I'm just, feeling a little bit anxious about falling through. So there we go. But we have the, where are we? Second boards here. That's 22mm tongue and groove. So should be plenty adequate for what I want, and it should fairly well line up with this piece of floorboard which I've had to leave because the steps are built on top of him, and also the edging piece for the stairs. So definitely some forward progress there. I also added a bunch of noggins to that floor just to help kind of stiffen it up and give it a little bit more structure. Now down to the basement. I am very excited about this new switch. Gives us light. So after about a year without any illumination down here, we now have these little dome lights. We've got working sockets again. We've got lighting in all 3 of the rooms down here, so it's actually really nice quality of light as well. And another dim light, more sockets. Everything's been run in this, I don't know what that is, 22 mil conduit, something like that. And again, on the way out, I can turn it off at the back door as well. Like such a silly thing to be excited about, just like a few lights. But after so long without it, it's just so cool to see it moving forwards like that. Yeah, it feels like I've got a really good pace at the moment, and while I'm a bit worried about not being employed, it does give me a lot more time to work on the house, so kind of swings and roundabouts. But yes, here we are. Got the next maybe week here. Depends whether or not my my potential next contract comes into play, but we will see how things play out. The house is in a really great place for me at the moment because we're in this position. I'm awaiting the new windows, so I'm not sure which order these videos are going to come out in, but essentially, right now, the window holes are open, but I should be getting them this week. The floor of the office is fully finished, I guess, now, fitted out. And all of the first fix wiring is in place for all of the spotlights, pendant lights, heat detectors, smoke detectors, and sockets around the house. So quite a lot of work has actually been done. And with the exception of the ground floor, all of the actual floor materials are now completed, right? So I have, that floor is finished. This one just needs sanding, but I'm not actually going to change the boards. Same for the stairs. The stairs all just need rubbing down. The landing out here had some really janky floorboard stuff going on. There was like really short pieces that were braced underneath. It was really bad. So that has been dealt with some of the spare floorboards from upstairs, as well as the gym / crucifix room, as it will probably always be known. Now also has this tongue and groove chipboard flooring. So it's all kind of interlocking, single piece, glued and screwed. And yes, it's a completely secure room. And the reason that I did this room was because I wanted to have a little bit more control over the vapor barrier between this room and the floor below, which is going to be the kitchen. So I just want to make sure that I have a little bit better separation. Now, when the builders come to fit my window this week, they should also be dealing with the bathroom floor, which you can see through there is just joists still, but they should be putting down a cement board. But I've removed all of the door frames and doors everywhere in the house actually, and that's left me with just a much more workable space. The main supporting wall in the house, that is the bedroom wall, internal wall, that needs, I think, a whole sand cement scratch coat putting on it and a lot of repointing, just because it's a very important wall in the house, and I can pretty much take out whichever brick I want like a giant Jenga. So I've just spent today clearing up, but I'm about to get busy because I'm just starting a new job. So my period of unemployment comes to an end here. But it's good timing because my electrician should be finishing on Tuesday, finishing the first fix, so that's tomorrow. My builder should be coming tomorrow to fit the windows and begin on the bathroom floor, finish off the rendering, and kind of wrap up all of those little bits. And I've booked in a plumber. We should be coming end of September, and he's booked to do all of the central heating except from the ground floor underfloor heating. So there we have it. Things have moved so slowly for so long, and it feels suddenly like we're here. Like we've found the right direction for things to go in, and I'm so happy about that. I'm starting to be able to visualize rooms. When I walk into them, I'm starting to be able to see how I expect them to be, how I want them to be, where I want furniture, colors, light fixtures. You know, some of these things I've had to make decisions because I've been talking to the builder, talking to the electrician, talking to the plumber. But just by choosing those things are then designed. I'm excited. The next 6 months, they're going to whiz by here, and we're going to get far closer to a house. I'm excited.